Hello and welcome to the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. This is it. This is the final week of the playoffs before we punch a couple tickets to the Unidome in Cedar Falls. We have 4 big games tonight in Class 5A, 3 of which you can watch tonight on the Central Iowa Sports Network. We're going to have a little bit of a shorter pregame show tonight. We're going to get you your coach interviews first, and then we'll talk about the games. Let's jump right into the coach interview segment of tonight's pregame show. We We had a chance to sit down with Coach Zelenovich of Southeast Polk and Coach Hartwig of Iowa City West ahead of the big matchup on the gridiron between two teams who are currently on a Cinderella run.
Here on the pregame show, Paul Yeager with Iowa City West head coach Garrett Hartwig. It's not often I get to talk to coaches twice in a season, but that means we're in the playoffs. So let's go through last week a little bit. What did that win say about your squad?
I think it just kind of showed our development through the season. Last time we spoke mid-season, we were not playing very well defensively, and then we came out that game against Ankeny and did not play well offensively and played a little better defensively. So I think more than anything, it's just a matter of getting into the playoffs, and then you want to be playing your best football at the right time. And, we're playing well in all three phases right now. Our defense has really come on the second half of the year, and our offenses continue to move the ball. And, our special teams need to be solid. But really, I think it's just a compilation of, all three phases playing well, which you have to have in the playoffs.
Speaking of playing well, how about Jack Wallace, huh? I mean, that guy just keeps – every single time I read another article, he set another school record. What's Jack been doing in elevating his game in this last stretch?
It sounds crazy, but he's been incredibly coachable. A guy that's he's set pretty much every significant record you can have as a quarterback in our program, and a lot of that is due to his toughness and his ability to stay on the field over these 4 years, starting as a freshman. But even with that in mind, had some new offensive coaches come in this year, and he has taken to their coaching incredibly well, which for a senior who's had so many starts, that may not always be the case. It's a credit to his work. The hours he puts in outside of our off season, we have, like any 5A program, we have a very intense off season, but he goes well above and beyond that on his own. And the work and the results are speaking to his work ethic, his focus, and his competitiveness, man. We've been on the cusp of being in the playoffs the last 2 years. We've had tough schedules, and I think we finished 17 one year and 18 another year, his sophomore and junior year, as far as the RPI goes. And nobody's wanted it more, and he's put in the work.
Speaking of injuries, Southeast Polk had a big one to Sam Zelenovich, and that is a guy that everybody knew coming into the season, watching this season, really tough to play. But their quarterback, the one thing I've heard from coaches over here, they've just been super impressed with Holden Hansen each and every week. I'm sure he stood out to tape on you. What else stands out about Polk for you tonight?
Well, they're very well coached. I have a lot of respect for Coach Zelenovich and their staff. You're not a 3-time defending state champion for nothing. And they've had great talent. I'm sure he'd be the first one to say that. But it's what you do with that talent that gets you to that game, that 13th game, and to win it's incredibly hard. So on film, man, they're impressive. I think the biggest compliment I can give to an opposing team is that there are no weaknesses. Yeah, number 6, man, he was a player. And my heart breaks for that. It's you never want to see that to any player, any opponent, certainly, and certainly not your own players. And I feel bad for him, but he put in so much work. I know that, and he had a great season. It's tough. You never want to see that happen to a young man, and he's got bigger days ahead. I know he's gonna be. I think he's playing for Iowa State down the road, and I think he's going to do very well there. But yeah, that being said, football's an 11-team, 11-member game at any given moment, and they've got players everywhere. And their quarterback, number 7, man, he's good, and he's efficient. I think that's probably the best way I can put it is he doesn't make mistakes, and we got our hands full.
Quickly, what do you see as keys tonight?
Offensively, staying on schedule. When we haven't produced offensively, it's because we've gotten ourselves in the hole, a play that goes for a loss or a penalty that sets us back. Defensively limiting the big plays, which Southeast Polk is capable of getting any snap. And then special teams wise, it comes down to the field position kind of thing. You have got to be good with your hidden yardage. The punt game is big. The punt return game is big. Kickoff coverage, kickoff return yards if you can get them. And then turnovers, turnovers are the name of the game. We got 2 against Bettendorf, didn't turn it over once, and I think that was probably a huge deciding factor.
All right, Coach, enjoy your time on the bus, I should say. It's always good. You're still playing, and one went away from the Dome. That's Garrett Hartwig, head coach at Iowa City West. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, our pregame show continues here on CISN.
Here with Coach Zelenovich of Southeast Polk. Coach, thanks for joining us today. Let's talk about last week. Heck of a win, heck of a trip over to Pleasant Valley over there, getting the win. 8 different receivers caught a pass in that game. And obviously you didn't have Sam. That was a big one. But, boy, you guys sure stepped it up. Can you talk about that win and just how important that was?
Yeah, I mean, it was a total team win. You mentioned spreading the ball around offensively, but, I thought, minus a couple bumps in the road there, we played really, really well on the road against a good team in all 3 phases. Played high-powered offense that keeps you off the field and is physical, and got some stops when we needed to offensively. Minus a couple penalties in the turnover there early. Kind of shot ourselves in the foot. Never really felt like we struggled to move the ball, and then obviously special teams, changing field position, making them drive the ball was huge. And then, driving the ball down there with 3 minutes to go, tied game on the road, that's, championship level drive, and you finish it off with a walk-off field goal. So, yeah, it was a great challenge for our kids. Credit belongs to them and our coaches for getting them ready to go play. And
your running game obviously hasn't been the same as it's been in recent years, but you had 160 plus, 150 plus rushing yards on Friday night. Holden had 2 rushing touchdowns as it is, and he was also starting to pick it up. Talk about how crucial Holden's improvement is, because it feels like Holden's getting better here as the weeks have gone on. Would you say?
I mean, it's a quarterback-driven game, right? And we're a quarterback-driven offense for sure. And yeah, he played really well. Maybe his best game of the year, which was exciting to see. In terms of, it's about decision making at that and distributing the ball, like you mentioned earlier, getting the ball in people's hands, and obviously with the injury to Sam, we have kind of had to slide some guys in and adjust some things, but I'm proud of those kids for stepping up and making plays when they needed to, and obviously everything starts with him. In terms of running the football, we're starting 2 sophomores and 2 juniors on the O-line, and boy, they're getting better. We're starting to be effective running the ball. We're not as explosive as we have been for various reasons, not just due to the offensive line, but I think we're starting to understand what it takes to win at an elite 5A level, and you got to run the football. And teams that win in November run the ball, and so I'm proud to see those guys continuing to work and get better. And
talk about Friday night here to end things off. First of all, congrats on the home playoff game. I don't know if you thought that was going to happen a couple weeks ago, but that's a nice little perk. I was joking. I hope you guys didn't winterize the field or anything, keeping the concessions stacked and everything else. You face an Iowa City West team that has 2 of the better athletes in the state when you look at recruiting. What stands out to you about this team? They give up a little bit on the point side, but a very talented team. You guys obviously don't see them a ton. What stands out here on Friday night?
Explosive offense. They have a 4-year starter at quarterback who's been a very productive player for them. Very smart, does a good, accurate, big arm, can make all the throws, big, strong kid. So it starts with them. Then obviously, yeah, you talked about the 2 skill kids on the perimeter that create matchup problems for everybody. So, we're going to have to, make sure we align correctly and have good eye discipline and keep things in front, trying to limit explosive plays, make them drive the ball. And they're a lot of production offensively, but they do a good enough job in the run game with the tailback and the quarterback run to keep you honest, spread you out, and make you, defend gaps. So, yeah, it'll be a challenge for our guys. We got to try and affect the quarterback a little bit, not necessarily sack him, but affect him, contain him, get him off a spot, give him some different looks, and see see how that goes. And then obviously offensively trying to keep them off the field. So they're a talented team. We understand the challenge. You get to this point in the year, everybody's good. Everybody's playing well, and so hopefully we can continue to play our best game. That's the challenge. That's the goal for our guys. Kind of talked about it all week, and they're excited for the opportunity, and we'll see what happens.
Coach, we appreciate your time. Good luck to you and the Rams here on Friday night.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach. Once again, want to take a moment to thank all the coaches that have sat down and chatted with us all football season long. We appreciate it greatly. We're going to toss to a quick break and be back to talk our Class 5A playoff games tonight. You're watching the CISN Football Pregame Show.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
The deals are hot this month at DeArmond Ford Indianola. New 2024 F-150 XLTs with 3.9% for 60 months, plus up to $8,000 off MSRP. Get $6,000 off or 2.9% for 72 months on new 2024 Expeditions and new 2024 Edge and Escapes, both with 1.9% for 60 months, plus up to $2,075 rebate. No payments for 90 days on all new Fords at DeArmond Ford Indianola. Save big at DeArmond CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeArmond CDJR Ames. DeArmondAmes.com.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
Good evening and welcome to Southeast Polk. As the Southeast Polk Rams host Iowa City West tonight in the second round of the playoffs. The winner here advances to the Unidome, gets to play inside, and Dar Danielson alongside John Schaefer. Wild ride for the Southeast Polk team as they're the only team to win a title in Class 3, or 5A, the last three. Some people didn't think they even had a chance of getting back, but they've proved some of those doubters wrong. It's been a rough season for them back and forth.
Yep.
Iowa City West team. They started out, had little struggles, and they've got things put together. So it's shaping up to be a pretty good matchup here, which you expect at this point in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Two teams that, as you mentioned, probably were looked down upon a little bit coming into the postseason. Two teams that were not expected to be playing this weekend, or this Friday night, I should say. But, you know, Iowa City West reels off wins in 3 of their last 4 games to get here. Southeast Polk, on the other hand, has had their ups and downs. Last time we were here, they were beating up on Sioux City East, and boy, that was a good Sioux City East team, we come to find out after last weekend. But this Southeast Polk team knows how to play when the lights are brightest, as Brad Zelenovich gets his team prepared today. And you know this one's going to be a physical one. Probably a high-scoring one, and with plenty of, I'd say, as close to air raid action as we probably can get in high school.
Yeah, Iowa City West really likes to air it out. We'll talk a little bit more about that here as you see the numbers, and you could talk about that as I keep my eye on the
Yeah,
coin toss.
absolutely. I mean, this Iowa City West team has a 2,500-yard passer in their starting quarterback this season, and that's Jack Wallace. He's a Division II commit to Minnesota State, and that Minnesota State team is a perennial power in the Division II ranks. On the other side of the field, though, well, this Southeast Polk team is going to lean heavily on the likes of Sam Zelenovich. He was out of the lineup last week, hopes to be in it this week, and I didn't check. He is out again tonight.
He had
I'm sorry.
surgery.
That's
He's
right.
sitting over in the press box.
Well, now I feel bad for bringing it up, and that just means that you know, Holden Hansen's going to have to find a new target, someone else to lean on. But he's got weapons within it. You know, Holden Hansen has been a stud quarterback for Southeast Polk much of this season, and he's had guys like Caden Hills, the senior, to go to a couple of times. He's the number 2 leading receiver for this team. You also have guys like Joey Lauders and Gabe Wheeler in there. So we'll see how the passing game goes. Otherwise, the ground game plenty suffices for this Southeast Polk squad.
Yeah, if they can get that going, Iowa City's West coach talked about that, stopping that ground game. But, yeah, Sam, I guess he had surgery on the knee. I just saw him come up on the elevator in the crutches. I think he was over one of those boxes over there to watch, because it's kind of hard on be down on the sideline in crutches. You don't want somebody to fall on you or something. But
of course, a preferred walk-on at Iowa State next year, and wants to get over there with all those Iowa State guys that have already made that trek north to Ames. But as I mentioned, too, guy to look at for this Iowa City West team is going to be their star receiver, an Iowa commit. It's Mason Woods, the senior, and, of course, son of LeVar Woods, who is the special teams coordinator for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
And that's been City High and West's MO for years. They get those, legacy kids from the coaches and bring them up, and that has helped out. And here they have one there, and it's too bad Zelenovich kind of took over that role as the leader after all the graduations, but, that's unfortunately the game of football sometimes.
But you get to this point, anyone can win it, throw the records out the window. Both teams 6-4 entering tonight. Only one will be playing at the Dome next weekend.
As we get ready to go here, back deep is Drew Thompson and Caden Hills for Southeast Polk. As we get ready for the kickoff, Iowa City West won the toss, decided to defer. They'll kick to the north. And a short kick taken at the 32. Outside, up to the 50, across the 50, 45-40, and knocked out of bounds on the far side there. And that was
Braden Lewis with the great start. Obviously, Iowa City West trying to keep it out of the hands of those stud returners, but number 9, Braden Lewis, takes that ball all the way into Iowa City West territory, where the Rams will set up shop at the 36 in a very short field to operate on here, as Holden Hansen is going to take the field and lead the offense out.
Yeah, it'll be Holden Hansen, Landon Vanderwerf, the running back, Joey Lauders, the tight end, Brian Butler, Caden Hills, the receivers, along with Gabe Wheeler, filling in there for Zelenovich. We'll tell you a little bit more about the starting offensive line here in just a second. Dropping back, throwing it out quickly in the flat, hits his man out there. Is that Lewis?
Caden Hills out there in the flat.
Okay.
Yep. Caden Hills with the quick reception. Got to love the pace there from Holden Hansen. Get the ball out quick and just start getting this offense established.
Well, you're picking up the numbers better than I am. Those
I got lucky on that one.
Those 4s and 6s look a lot alike.
The yellow kind of bleeds together, doesn't it,
yeah,
Dar?
2nd and 3. There's a handoff. Going to try to break it outside, but get stopped in the backfield. Started inside, but then decides to head outside.
It's a nice tackle there by Elite Bulakoya. I'm going to apologize on the pronunciation on that one, but that's a nice play penetrating and getting Vanderwerf in the backfield there. No gain, and 3rd and 4 now.
Yeah, I think he lost a yard. Yeah, it was 3rd and 3, so he lost a yard. You know, I went next door and asked the coaches over there that name, and they weren't sure.
Okay, so we'll just give it our best guess.
They sent a man in motion, or man across the formation as Hills. Dropping back, looking, throws a crossing pattern, has the first down.
It's a nice grab
Joey
there.
Lauders, the tight end.
Yeah, Lauders a little slow to get up there, but glad to see him hustle back to the huddle, and that's a big first down conversion. And that's a guy that, you know, Holden Hansen's going to have to lean on a little bit tonight. Lauders with 156 yards receiving. He's the number 3 leading receiver in this offense.
Well, they set up 1st and 10 at the 24 of Iowa City West. Hills goes in motion. They'll wing it out to him. He catches it in the flat. Cuts it up inside the 20 for a good pickup on 1st down.
And I really like what Southeast Polk's doing here, forcing Iowa City West to stay at home out on the perimeter, and that's going to open up the run game up the middle here, especially when you get a big back in there like Drew Thompson, just a junior, but he knows how to run the rock plenty, 361 yards, and they ran the play action that last play.
Pickup of 5, 2nd and 5 for Southeast Polk.
Got to say, a beautiful fall night here for football in November.
Can't beat the temperature, can you? I mean, Hills comes in motion, sets up just on the right side there. Handoff up the middle, now cuts it back. And just not quite finding those cutback seams yet here.
No, not at all. And really, I thought there was a nice little seam up the middle, but instead, Adrian DeWard steps in on the outside edge and keeps contained. And really, I thought Thompson had a lane there to cut it back up the middle off the tackle and didn't quite see it. That's okay. Now you're dealing with another 3rd down for Southeast Polk.
Yeah, 3rd and 3, the ball at the 16 for Southeast Polk.
I love that the center is stuck standing over the ball while they all huddle away there.
Comes up under center, does Hansen. Hands off, straight in through, cuts through, plows through that time. You said it, Drew Thompson, he went straight ahead into that seam, and he gets big yardage here for the 1st down.
And what helps him there is getting the wide receiver in motion, because you've got to respect the jet sweep with the speed of those wide receivers. That's going to keep that offensive front spread out. Great job by the offensive line to create the hole, and Thompson gives them another new set of downs as we operate in goal to go.
Yep, 1st and goal to go at the 7. Off the big kickoff return. They kicked it short, trying to keep it away from the deep players, and it kind of backfired against him. Hand off to the back, cuts it inside. Touchdown! Southeast Polk.
And that couldn't have been made any easier on this offense. It was Vanderwerf punching it in. Another look at it, just right up the gut. The offensive line moving and grooving, and he finds the pay dirt for 6 and should be 7 here shortly, and could not draw up a better start for the Southeast Polk Rams team tonight against Iowa City West.
Ready for the PAT. Kick is up and good. Southeast Polk takes the early lead here. We'll take a break, come back with a kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home, or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
So Southeast Polk runs a kickoff, a short kickoff back to the 36, and then they take it in, cash it in with a 7-yard touchdown run. And they are set to kick it off here. Samar Arafa. And Julius Mason back. He takes it at the 2-yard line. Up to the 10. Look to cut it back outside and gets it back to the 20 at least.
It's a good job by Southeast Polk's gunners there to use the sideline as their best friend. But Julian Manson there, he's got a couple of offers as just a junior from Minnesota and Iowa, and some interest there because he is a speedster. Just out to the 20, and Iowa City West will look to have to respond here early in this game.
Yeah, I think I called him Mason. Sorry
You're
about
good.
that. Manson.
You are fine. We're all.
It's not like this is the first game of the season. We're here in the.
Oh, we're fine.
Here we go. Yep.
You are fine, sir.
Jack Wallace comes out. He's thrown for 32 touchdowns on the season. Drops back. Wings it across off the hands of his receiver. And that was Manson, wasn't it?
Yes, that was Manson again. Usually sure-handed. He's got 836 yards on 47 catches this season. 13 touchdowns, leads this West team, and just off his hands.
And he had some room out there. If he catches that, he was between two defenders, so second and 10.
He did. And we're going to get a jump here from Southeast Polk into the neutral zone. And back to your point, Southeast Polk playing some soft coverage, just trying to keep these speedy wide receivers out in front of them. And that's going to allow for some space because, again, this is a Trojans team that does throw the ball a lot. Jack Wallace, 2,658 yards passing. Not many guys in the state that I know of throwing for 2,500 yards.
They wing it out in the flat, and good pursuit by Southeast Polk as it's caught out there.
Ethan Headings there on the reception. Just didn't have a lot of room to work in the boundary, and that's a nice job, as you mentioned, by Southeast Polk to lead to the pursuit. No gain.
So brings up a 3rd down and 4. And Headings will head off the field. They'll go trips to the right.
That is a spread if I've ever seen one.
One receiver to the left. Batali, the running back. They get it out to the 1st down marker. He breaks a couple tackles and up ahead to about the 34. So 1st and 10 for
Henry Elser. Again, another guy that's 22 receptions. Not as many yards there as Manson, but still, he's got a couple touchdowns, and that's a nice quick out, and they're going to go right back to it. Don't look because they are in the up-tempo.
Flag down, though, so I think they were all set before they snapped it.
Illegal shift.
Yep, illegal shift.
Not all players came to a complete rest prior to the snap. First down.
So a little bit of penalty trouble here for both teams to start this drive, but again, Iowa City West going right to where we thought they would through the air.
Through the air, and yeah, you mentioned it. Some of those receivers don't have a lot of catches, but there's a lot of them that have a touchdown when they do catch it. They spread the ball out quite a bit here. Jack Wallace again. First handoff on the run. Batali gets a little bit of the penalty yardage back, maybe 4 yards of the 5.
And Coach Garrett Hartwig just singing Batali's praises, not just for his athleticism, but his intelligence, too. When we chatted with him, Paul Yeager sat down with him via Zoom and just sang praises.
2nd and 12. They send Batali in motion. Going to scramble out of there. Wallace, and he'll be pulled down. So pressure by Southeast Polk.
Cooper Martinson there getting the tackle, and it's a little bit of a pickup, but not much. The mark was in a different spot there for me, but still 3rd and long.
They barely gave him anything. Big 6'4", 285-pound junior Cooper Martinson.
61 and a half tackles on the season for him.
Wallace, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Empty backfield as he drops back. Wings it across high to his tight end. Tight coverage. And Iowa City West is going to have to punt it here.
Brody Brandt, the senior, in there as well to help break that pass play up. And that secondary is going to be tested a lot tonight, but Brad Zelenovich has got to be happy with that start. Gives up 1 first down before forcing the 3rd and long after the penalty, and they'll get the Rams will get the ball right back here on the punt, barring any trickeration.
Any problems or turnovers there.
Nearly blocked.
Yeah, gets it off. And it bounces and gets an Iowa City roll, so it's going to roll inside the 25 to the 24.
That turf rolls a little more friendlier these days than the old grass fields did, don't they, Dar?
Yeah, they do at times.
Sometimes you can't check it up on those inside the 10 the ways Torrey Taylor loves to, but...
Yeah, and then the new guy, he also does that too with the punter. Those Aussies, they know how to put
seems
the
like
backspin on there.
Kirk Ferentz's back pocket is an Aussie kicker.
Yeah. So
9 guys within 6 yards of the line of scrimmage for Iowa City West.
Here's Holden Hansen, gives it off to Vanderwerf. He cuts it right in, goes up across the 25, maybe to the 26, a pickup of a couple.
I think Iowa City West is going to try and force Southeast Polk's hand here and force them to throw the ball a little bit more, because I think they know there's maybe a little more weakness there. Not a lot, but the run game gets going for Southeast Polk. They're a scary good team.
They send 2 right, 1 left. Receivers, that is, for Holden Hansen. With Vanderwerf in the backfield. Now they step back. Going to check the play. Looking now, rolling right. Gets on the Kern end, catches it all the way up as Caden Hills across the 50 into Iowa City West territory.
Beautiful little out route. I love that they get Hansen rolling out to his right on his throwing arm, or towards his throwing arm, and just nice little rollout. Finds a soft spot, no underneath help from Iowa City West, and that's a big pickup for the Rams.
Already back into Iowa City West territory here. Going to flip the tight end over. Joey Lauders to the right side. Vanderwerf will follow him through the hole, busts through, gets through again, 35, 30, and is ripped down inside the 30-yard line.
And this is worst case scenario for Iowa City West, because that run game gets going. That's going to open up things in the pass game. And
well, you open up a little pass and you got them thinking back there, then you go back to the run. But yeah, you're right. Run it, wind the clock down. Don't let that high octane offense get the ball back.
Well, and also you're going to start, as we talked about in the pregame a little bit, was keeping that eye discipline for the secondary of Iowa City West. This forces you to want to peek back into the backfield a little bit more.
This time a tighter formation. They'll send that Hills in motion, and they'll take it himself. The quarterback, Hansen. He's rushed for 274 yards, 7 TDs. All the TDs are shorter ones. His longest was 3 yards, so a lot of those are when they get it down close.
Some tush pushes, huh?
But he runs it enough to keep the defense honest again, to give you the whole package there. 2nd and 4.
He's learned from some really good quarterbacks over the last couple of years, certainly with the guys that have been in front of him.
That's 2nd and 4. A little misdirection action, hands it off to the back, and he's going to push down to the 15. Still going, the pile still pushing, breaks 3, touchdown! And that was Thompson, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, and Thompson is a bulldozer, and another look at it. You think this one's stacked up, but he keeps those feet churning. The linemen jump in, and it's a rugby scrum at that, and then Thompson just breaks through. And I thought they had him stacked up, but he says not so fast. And just like that, Southeast Polk now 2 scores ahead on the Drew Thompson rush.
And it's tough on the officials because at Macamida you couldn't push people ahead and help them. Here's the kick. Up, and good. Southeast Polk out to their early lead, 14-0. We'll be back with a kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade. With the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Well, Southeast Polk, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns here to start this one off. Dar Danielson, John Schaefer. Not what Iowa City West hoped for to come on the road here.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is put yourself in a hole against a really good Southeast Polk team, and I think this is a must-score situation. You got to put points up in some capacity on this drive if you're Iowa City West.
Ethan Headings, single back deep for Iowa City West, and this one is going to roll out of bounds, so there's a penalty. It's going to help Iowa City West.
Ball placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
So a little bit, 15 yards further upfield, they'll start.
So that ends up actually being about a 15-yarder. If you say if it goes into the end zone, it's a touchback at the 20.
Yeah.
So that's their best starting field position here.
Now that's the wrong date. I was going to pull something up here.
Here comes Jack Wallace. Trips right, single receiver left. Drops straight back, now rolls right, looking, throws, and through the hands of the receiver.
Those Headings again.
And
again, he's got 8 catches, but he's not a primary target. He's got 4 touchdowns on 8 catches, so he was efficient coming into this game.
And they're all wearing gloves out there because it is a little cold, and I don't know if that has something to do. It's been warm all season, and you haven't really been wearing gloves. I don't know if that's part of it. Usually they help you.
Typically that grip will do it.
Inside handoff, cuts it up, and then is pulled down Mason Woods.
That's a good second down play there from Iowa City West. Picks up 6 yards and makes it 3rd and manageable. And I think that's something that Iowa City West needs to do more of. Get that ball just in someone's hands and get that force the defense to move and contain a little bit better.
Big 3rd down for Iowa City West early in the game. 3rd and 4 here. Wallace drops. They look over to the sideline. Let's see if they go to the run here. They do. They hand it off, and he's going to be stacked up short. Butali, about 2 yards short. And I think they're going to send the punt team on.
Can't mess around with it in this territory. Yeah, that's a nice job once again by the defense, and I think it was Cooper Martinson jumping back in there, the leading tackler for this Southeast Polk team, along with Cale Wingett coming into the night.
Evan Anderson, the punter, goes back, and now West.
I think they're going to think about this.
Think it over, or maybe make Southeast Polk think it over. We're going to think it over in a break here on CISN.TV.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Free Godfather's Pizza. Begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Here at Southeast Polk Stadium, the Rams up early, 14-0, scoring in their first 2 drives. It's 4th and 2. Iowa City West brought out the punter, then took a timeout, sent him back. Looks like they're going to go for it here.
And I think this is a smart play on their part.
Yeah, you don't want to fall behind any farther. Let's see if they try to get him to jump, too. And now Polk is going to call a timeout.
Their first and a half.
I don't know if they were missing somebody.
They only have 10 guys on the field.
They had to run another guy on there late. So, Randy, you want another break here? No, we'll keep it right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's one of those, you come out of a timeout and you only have 10 guys on the field. That'll make Brad Zelenovich pull a hair or two out there just out of frustration. But I do like what Iowa City West is doing here. I think they recognize the direness of this. Already down 14-0 in the first quarter. You have to try and shift the momentum a little bit. And they have the goods to do it. Look for a quick little slant route or a quick little flat route. Just get the sticks and keep it moving.
Or even a draw, if you got him thinking pass, or, Wallace can run. He doesn't do a lot of running, but he can.
He's got 76 carries, 380 on the season, so he can do it if needed.
Here we go, 4th and 2. Big play early here for Iowa City West.
Single high safety.
We check to the sideline. Play clock at 11. Down the line, going to run it, cut it up himself, and he'll get the first down.
It's a nice play design. Don't risk the throw there like I thought they could, but Wallace shows that he can pick up 5 or 6 yards on the carry, and that's a new set of downs and a big new set of downs.
It's one thing when you run that spread out, it does open up some running lanes. They're going to come back, go a little tempo here. Wing it out wide to the right and quickly converge. A couple of Southeast Polk players.
That was Manson once again, and it seems they're going to force the hand of Southeast Polk, keep feeding Manson out there.
Kane Brockman, one of them in on the tackle. Dropping back, they throw it back the other way, kind of the same play coming back. That time it's Mason Woods.
Yeah, and that's a nice play, and Woods wearing a knee brace tonight on that right knee. You wonder if he's 100% right now, but tough kid out there too, coach's son.
But now a 3rd and 1, a 3rd and manageable easily here for Iowa City West. They hand off, and the running back is stacked up behind the line. Pulled down by number 5 is Charlie Good, the weak side linebacker, and they lose 2 there.
It's a big tackle by Good.
If they went for it on their side of the 50, they're likely going to go for it here because, like you said, I think this is you got to get some kind of points out of it.
I think it's going to be another sneak. Just use the far side of the field there. You got a lot of space out to the right of that offensive line, so spread it out and see if you can punch it through for 2.
Woods to the left here, wide. Going to drop back. Wings it across on the slant. It's high. And Julian Manson couldn't bring it in. And they'll turn it over on downs.
Throw is a little bit high, but that's one you'd expect your wide receiver to make. He gets 2 hands on it. Looked like he had a chance to bring it down, but that's a stretch. And Southeast Polk gets to go back to work.
Iowa City West, just that passing game not quite in sync yet, is it? It seems like
no,
they hit a few, but
it kind of reminds me of what we saw out of Iowa State last weekend against Texas Tech in that game where there's a lack of sure-handedness at times. Just that, and that is the bread and butter for this Iowa City West team. They are a throw-first team, and if it's not clicking, it could be a long night.
So Holden Hansen comes out. Southeast Polk has marched it down the field and scored the first 2 times. There's a handoff and right into the line, just about a yard that time.
That's a good first play for Iowa City West here as they try and force a quick 3 and out to get that ball back in their offense's hands. And Southeast Polk just kind of probing there on that run to see if they can maybe pick up a few more than that.
2nd and 9 at their own 45. Tight formation. Well, I guess they got 2 receivers out, so not that tight. They look, now he's going to run it. Cuts it up inside, has some room, and down for the first down.
Broken play there for Southeast Polk. I think it was supposed to be a faster play action pass out, but the linebacker sat right underneath that route. It would have been picked had he thrown it.
And he wanted to get rid of it quick, didn't he? But then he said no, and he made a good decision. And Holden Hansen, we've seen him grow into this job, taking over as a starter. And it's 1st and 10 at the 43 into Iowa City West territory. Vanderwerf, the single back there. He'll get the handoff. Slowly tiptoes into the hole and spins around. And this is exactly what West doesn't want to see. Slowly, 3-4 yards, winding the clock down. As that will probably be the last play of the first quarter here. It will be. As they're going to let it wind down. Southeast Polk, an early 14-0 lead here over Iowa City West. We'll flip sides of the fields, come back with the second quarter after this on CISN.TV.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy
To ooey gooey. To oh my word.
Oh my word.
Cougars!
Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
Today a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Back here at Southeast Polk, some early scores. Valley up on Johnston 14-0. Dowling Centennial no score. Iowa City Liberty over Ankeny 7-0 early on. Southeast Polk with the ball. They held on downs. Took over at their own 44. Now into West territory here. Holden Hansen hands off to Vanderwerf. He plows right up the middle, dives up, and he's going to get the first down. And that's the Southeast Polk pummel ya.
They don't need to do anything else right now, Dar, if you look at them, because, well, they've moved the ball through the air just enough, but the ground game, that offensive line's getting such a good push up front. And I think that's where the CIML tends to separate themselves from these Eastern Iowa schools.
Noah White, Brandon Steyer, Owen Colburnson, Nate Slay, and Cale Roberts, the big heavies up front. Handoff again. Vanderwerf cuts it back inside and gets down to the 25. Another big pickup for him.
Pretty rare to see Vanderwerf get pushed back or fall backwards at all. Even when he gets hit in the backfield, it feels like he falls forward. That time, no falling forward necessary as he picks up a large chunk on first down. Good crowd on hand for Southeast Polk here in the background there.
Yeah, big one. 2nd and 2 at the 25. They're going to go up the sideline and just good coverage out there as they made Caden Hills kind of stop. They were trying to go right up the sideline, and good play with 2nd and 2. They're thinking you're going to hand it off and run, but
Illegal formation. 2 men in the backfield.
Well,
5-yard penalty. Repeat. Second down.
Illegal formation.
And that's a penalty that's just going to drive Brad Zelenovich nuts this time of year. There's no reason for an illegal formation at this point in the season, especially as well-tuned as this team should be by now.
So sets him back. Make it 2nd and 7. They go from 2nd and 2 to 2nd and 7. Hand off. Cutting outside is Thompson. Thompson to the end zone. Touchdown. I don't see any flags. 30-yard touchdown.
Just a nice little counter going off the right tackle, and one more look at it. Great seam there, and an even better block by Caden Hills out on the edge. The senior wide receiver springs his running back to the land of 6. And suddenly, 3-touchdown game has Iowa City West reeling and the Southeast Polk Rams rolling.
And here's the extra point. Up and good. 21-0. Southeast Polk. We'll be back with a kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
And Southeast Polk has scored on all their drives, the last one coming after they stopped. Iowa City West on downs. Sam Arapa will kick it off again. And back deep is Ethan Headings once again for Iowa City West. This one coming up, and he's going to be snowed under at the 15.
That was just a wall of black jerseys there.
And he got enough altitude on that kick, too, that he had to kind of wait and pull it in. And
Jack Hope was one of the guys in there. It looked like he flung him down, and so now Iowa City West, just to make matters a little bit more difficult right now, is going to start at their own 16-yard line. And I'd assume Iowa City West goes back to their bread and butter here, the quick passing game. I'd look for some of those quick little wide receiver screens just to get Wallace a little bit more comfortable in that pocket and maybe settled down a bit.
Wallace comes out. Well, and he's had like 3 drops, too, so far.
Hasn't been helped by his wide receivers.
Yeah, that's been a little bit of a problem early on here for Wallace. Fakes to the running back. Now rolls out. He's going to take it himself and gets hit up at the 21. Is pulled down there. And that's number 19.
He was it 49?
Yeah, 19 was the first one in there, too. That would be Drew Thompson.
I don't think Drew's playing both ways tonight.
No, that isn't. Okay,
All
we'll have
good.
to look that up.
I think it was 4-9
Was
there.
it 4-9?
Yeah,
Not 2-9.
Christian
Okay.
Scalzo.
Scalco, you're right.
You're good, Dar. Dar, it is a late season game, and
Probably gets just short of the first down marker.
so 3rd and 1. They'll go
They're going to
hurry
go
up.
quick. And they're going to stack him up. Does he get there? I don't think he does.
He maybe got to the half yard, the 25 and a half, and that's where they'll put it.
Yeah.
So he's a half yard short. I'd expect him to go right back under center with it.
Yeah, you'd think so. And Southeast Polk was lucky. They almost got a penalty for running a guy on late. It's not like in college NFL where they wait for the substitutions. Right. So 4th and a half yard here for Iowa City West. Big play here.
Tough spot. I hate going out of shotgun in this situation.
Yeah. They hand it off, and he's knocked up, stacked up. And they'll turn it over on downs once again.
That's the big reason why I am not a fan of going out of shotgun. I get it. I
you
get
got
it.
a big
just got
quarterback, put
stacked.
him under center, and go, yeah.
But I mean, it's prominent in college game too. But
I agree with you on that. It's like
just get him under center. He knows how to take a snap from under center. Let him pile drive even a half yard, and risk it there. Don't set your guy back 3 yards from the line of scrimmage when you've been losing in the trenches most of the night.
Yeah, because then, you put it on your lineman and say, all you got to do is push him a half yard and get me a hole or even dive over.
Get your running back behind him and give him the extra shove.
So
it
the offense right back out there. Holden Hansen take over 1st and 10 at the 25 for Southeast Polk. Handoff into the pile, and good job by the defense that time for Iowa City West.
77 for, I'm going to give him a shout out for Southeast Polk with a massive pancake block, and I think that's what we have the injury on down here for Iowa City West. And with that, are we going to head to break, Randy?
Yeah, let's do that. We'll take a break while they tend to the player here on CISN.TV.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
West.
Campbell Janis, the injured player, this junior, Rover, and he goes off, thankfully under his own power there. But that was a big stop. I mean, it's 2nd and 10, but so far they've had trouble stopping the ground game here of Southeast Polk.
And that first down play, kind of went the way all of them have gone tonight. Just no gain, really, but second down is where Southeast Polk's done their damage.
Now they look over to the sideline again, get the call. And Vanderwerf gets in the middle and gets stacked up there. He'll pick up a few. But good contact by Julian Manson.
3rd long now. I think we're going to have to see Holden Hansen's arm or him use his legs if coverage is too good.
I agree with you. He's going to probably roll out or... And they were looking for a jump there. They didn't get it. Everybody points over across the line. 3rd and 8 at the 23 for the Rams. And now they call a timeout.
Zelenovich.
And let's break here. We'll be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Save big at DeArmond CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeArmond CDJR Ames. DeArmondAmes.com.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
Southeast Polk, 3rd and 8 at the 23. They took a timeout here. They're up 3 scores, trying to keep it going, dropping back. Little pressure. Now he runs up the middle, and he's going to slide up there and get a few yards out of that.
I think we're going to get a field goal try here,
probably. I think 35-36 is the range we're looking at here out of the kickers. Where's my sheet?
And they're going to keep the offense out there.
Keep it out there, yeah, because
it's the edge of his.
Well, I guess 29.
It's the edge of his range.
He's had, so yeah, he's right at the edge of that. So, and really pinning them back, they haven't. Iowa City West hasn't shown the proclivity to get it out of there.
I think some fans just wanted the points taken there. We might get a timeout here.
4th and 4, and now they are going to get a timeout.
Timeout.
A lot of timeouts used here early in this
both
half.
teams, that's the last Southeast Polk timeout of the first half, which doesn't bother you so much when you're up 21-0. But
I think we're catching some nap mics, though, of the maybe Arafa's biggest fans out there. I heard some, let's take the points, let's go with the kick.
Well, yeah, you got, let's see, the 19 back, snap it back at the
It'd be like a 35, 36 yarder.
36-yarder, yeah. It says as longest as 29.
Let him give it a go here, though. 21-0.
And really, there's
no
wind to speak of at all. It's just a really nice night. What's the temperature out right now? It's 52, so.
For mid-November or early November, I've been in 34 and blowing snow, sleet, rain stuff before. At Johnston Dowling game, I remember vividly from about 8 years ago. That was miserable to call.
I've been that where I've been in the booth, it's been cold, but on the sideline for playoffs, it's been cold. Yeah, you just this time of year. Well,
offense stays out.
Here we go. 4th and 4 at the 19. Vanderwerf winds up single back. They fake it to him. Pressure. They'll throw late across the middle. Did he get it? He did. It's a reception for Joey Lauders.
What a catch by Lauders.
Wow.
And he dives, lays out another look at it here. And under pressure is Hansen, and he hangs in the pocket, takes a hit to make a play. That's one
He
great
held
grab.
that as long as he could, didn't he?
Did his best Brock Purdy impression there.
When it's going for you. Now, Southeast Polk 1st and 10 at the 19. Or excuse me, that'd be at the 10. 1st and goal at the 10 it'd be, and pushing all the way up. I looked at the scoreboard. They had changed that.
Yeah, they started that one at the 9, and he gets 5 yards down to the 4, and I think you're just going to see the heavy package out there for a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's just keep the clock rolling, try to push it into the end zone here.
And this is lopsided beyond what I expected it to be
Yeah,
tonight.
certainly. Me too. I thought it was going to be a pretty tight game. Vanderwerf now moves over to the right side of Hansen. Gets the handoff, is hit, but he slides ahead down to about the 1.5, I think. Let's see where they mark it. No.
Randall Kelly was the first one to get in there and kind of disrupt Vanderwerf, but he battles through the arm tackle. And
we'll see what they do here if they go.
I'd go QB sneak here.
Yeah, but I don't know if they'll go back to the field goal or just say this is 2-down territory, because if you don't make it, you got them pushed back.
They've had pressure all game long.
Here's Hansen. He'll sneak it over the left side. Touchdown.
Well, Dar, you said it earlier in the broadcast. Holden Hansen's longest touchdown run was 3 yards.
Yeah, he didn't break it there.
No, anytime they get inside that 3 yards, I expect him to go to it. Another look at it. Great job reading that defensive stack up. He goes and straight off the left side. O-line gets a push on that left side, and he's in for 6 more. About to be a 28-0 game if this PAT goes through, and things getting from bad to worse for Iowa City West and good to even better for the Rams.
And the kick is up and good. 28-0 here. We'll be back with the kickoff on CISN.TV.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home, or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Southeast Polk holds on 4th down for the second time and scores. You got some other scores, John.
Yeah, the other quarterfinal, or I should say, yes, quarterfinal games here. We got Ankeny Centennial leading Dowling 3-0. 3:09 left in the half in that game at Valley Stadium. Out at Iowa City Liberty, 7-7. The Hawks have come back against the Lightning, and that's a tie game out at Liberty. And then Johnston versus Valley.
Taking it to 2, up to the 20, 25. And Ethan Headings, his best return so far. Go ahead.
Yeah, Valley Johnston 14-13. Tigers leading the Dragons. That one at Valley Stadium, I'm sorry. Dowling and Centennial are at Mediacom Stadium tonight down on Drake's campus. Got to remember that Dowling shifted now. They used to play their postseason games at Williams. Now they're under better and brighter lights.
And, well, this is a must-score drive here for Iowa City West to get some points on the board before the half. Jack Wallace out. Three receivers right, two left. They send one in motion. Now he'll take it right up the gut. Gets a good pick up there.
Gain of 9. I like that little play to get the offense starting, and Southeast Polk now has to respect the run a little bit more. But again, if Iowa City West can score here, keep Southeast Polk off the scoreboard going into half, they get the ball back to start the second half.
Yeah, they deferred, so they will get it back to start the second half. Now he runs again, and he'll get the first down. That'll stop the clock. Well, they burned one timeout, so they have 2 left.
We got a flag on the play.
Oh, yep, on the far side, you're right.
And it came in after the whistle, and I'm wondering if it's going to be an unsportsmanlike against Iowa City West.
Sometimes on that edge it's holding, but they're looking back the other way, yeah. So let's see what the call is.
Personal foul, blindside block. Offense, 71.
Good call.
15 yards from the final foul. Replay, second down.
Just with the timing on that penalty, you know, a holding typically comes out mid-run. That one came out well after Wallace had been taken down and it kind of ended there. So didn't see the blindside block, but that sets West up pretty far back here.
Yeah, second and about 14 now. We'll call it 13. Dropping back under pressure up the sideline. Well covered out there for Southeast Polk.
Nice job on the leverage there, as you called it, partner. It was Cale Wingett, the senior cornerback, just shading Mason out, or I'm sorry, Woods out along the boundary there and using the sidelines as his benefactor.
And, man, that just kills you. You got a good play, and then you get a penalty to bring it back.
And again, this is a must convert here, 3rd and 13.
Dropping, now rolling out of there under pressure. Got a lot of room up ahead of him up to the 39. It'll be a first down for Jack Wallace.
And that's what happens when you've got fast wide receivers. You know, they just kind of run the jets and leaves that entire left side of the field open. And Wallace sees it, says, I'm just going to do it myself here. And that's a big conversion for first down. Only shaved 8 seconds off the clock on that, too.
Yeah. And then, too, you get those defensive backs thinking about cheating up and you go deep. Trips right, one left. They'll wing it to the double pass, and he's hit as he throws, and it's caught. Julian Mason off the Butali halfback pass.
Another look. Batali takes a lick, and that was Woods on the pass.
Okay.
Lines out of the backfield, and that's just one of those spots where the defenders were looking in the backfield to figure out what happened, and great catch by Manson.
1st and 10 at the 35. A little trickeration. They throw it out there. Oh, and he drops it. Is Julian Manson.
Yeah, Mason Woods, the senior, being leaned on for just about everything tonight. And Manson's seen a lot of action. You can see why he's got 47 receptions on the season. He gets a lot of targets.
Stops the clock. 3:57 to go. Again, Iowa City West. Southeast Polk has scored on every drive, so West needs to get on the board here before halftime to kind of try to get a little momentum. They'll get the ball to start the second half. Pressure. Oh, and a great catch as he was hit after he caught it.
That was a big hit out on the boundary by number 8. Another look at it.
And that was Ethan Headings.
Carter Phillips on the hit, but both the cornerback and the linebacker drop in because they think it's going to be a quick slant. That opens up the pass out deep for Headings.
And now taking it, Wallace looking for room, cuts it back to the right side and cuts it up and is pulled down.
And I think this is what you kind of expected more of from Iowa City West, a mix of balance here and Wallace using his legs and using his arm well. And I think they've now got Southeast Polk on their heels a little bit as they try to punch one in for the first time tonight.
Plenty of time now. They have 2 timeouts left. There's the snap, and Wallace keeps it. Good fake, but they didn't fuel the front line there at Southeast Polk as they push him back. It was 3rd and 4, and he loses a yard.
Cooper Martin's in the first one to meet him there in the hole, and I think that was one of those plays where Wallace wanted to hit a quick slant, but the linebacker sat on it, and then the line just couldn't hold him up.
They get up quickly to the line. Now look over. Clock running. Not really a factor yet because they have 2 timeouts. They need to get a first down or get it into the end zone. Snap, looking, throws it across, and there's a flag down.
That's the right call there.
Yeah.
I know that you're going to hear some grumbles from Southeast Polk fans, but Carter Phillips was draped all over the receiver on that play as he rode him into the end zone. That throw behind the likes of Julian Manson. Another look at it.
Pass interference, defense, 26.
Now, college that wouldn't have been, but here, high school.
Kind of hooks that back left arm, and I know that's not a catchable ball, but still, you can't hold on to a guy's arm and lock it in like that. That'll bring up 1st and goal.
Yeah, it's only half the distance here that in high school you don't get it where the penalty hits, so they just get half the distance. It'll still be, though, 1st and 10, 1st and goal at the 7. Wallace. Hand off, and wow, he just stacked up in there as he headed inside.
Jack Hope, the junior linebacker, just steps up and delivers a lick on this hit. They met in the hole, and someone was going to win and someone was going to lose, and that was 2 forces meeting in the middle.
Well, that's what you want out of those linebackers, fill that hole and drive them back. 2nd and 5, they lost a yard there. Looking, throwing, caught at the goal line.
He's
touchdown. 5-yard pass.
Hits Woods there on the quick slant. Woods, she's kind of doing the old post-up play there and just shields off and boxes out the defender. And one more gander at it. Hits him right over. That's a great pass by Wallace not to lead him too far into the danger zone and give him a hospital ball. And now Iowa City West is in this game, just down 3 scores after the touchdown, and PAT on its way. And again, I think that's the Iowa City West that their coach wanted to come out with, not the one we saw in the
down
first.
Before the kick, so
I think you go for 2 here. You got to get it to 1. Why not?
Yeah.
Sorry, Garrett Hartwig, the coach for Iowa City West. I'm sure this is what he expected from his team coming out, not this late in the first half, but Trojans still in this game by all means.
So they go over the sideline. Are they going to come back out with the offense? Looks like they will. Makes the difference on that 5-yard penalty. Wallace comes out with Butali in the backfield. Sent a man in motion, dropping back under heavy pressure, breaks it, throws. Good. In the back of the end zone, was that Woods?
No, that was Chase Bopp, the senior. 23rd reception on the season, and that's a good 2-point conversion. Makes it 28-8.
Yes.
Great job by Wallace to avoid the rush. And boy, oh boy, does Kane Brockman want another run at that one. He was unleashed freely to the quarterback and just cannot get there.
Just about sacked him, but slipped away. And now some life for Iowa City West. Let's take a break, come back with a kickoff after this.
It's hard to stop a train.
Well, we got a little change here now for Iowa City West as they get on the scoreboard, go for the 2-point conversion. Dardaniels and John Schaefer. And that's what we expected to see throughout the whole game here early, didn't we?
Yeah, a lot of Wallace and, a lot of arm, a lot of legs. And Iowa City West back in it as we get a squib up the middle on this kickoff.
Picked up 25-30. 35 up to the 40-yard line. So once again, Southeast Polk takes advantage of a short kick.
And I don't know if Iowa City West just doesn't have a leg that can send it deep or if they want to try and keep it away, but you got to stop giving Southeast Polk these short fields to operate with.
Somebody must not told them Zelenovich is not back there to return it, because that's one thing they lose out of him too, not only receiving, but
special
teams returner, But let's see what Southeast Polk does. Let's see, they might, you try a run, see if you bust one up, and then they are out of timeouts.
The old Iowa Caleb Johnson course of action, just run it 60 yards and call it good.
And there is the handoff into the line, looking for some room, and they pull him down.
I think you're going to get a timeout. No, they're just going to let this one run. If I'm Iowa City West, I use up my 2 timeouts here just to see.
So he gets about a yard, and Southeast Polk in no hurry here. Content to go in 28-8. We'll see if they keep it on the ground, or I think they'd try maybe holding Hanson rolling out here. A little late flip by the defense for Iowa City West. Good snap, and just falling in there is Drew Thompson. Right in behind his blockers.
Yeah, no interest to stop the clock.
That's going to be probably the last play here, as by the time they spot the ball, Southeast Polk can let it wind down and head to the locker room.
Again, a little shocked, Iowa City West. I mean, you're down 3 scores. Why not use your last 2? You can't use them in the second half.
Yeah, and I mean, they know they're going to get it coming out of halftime. They're going to get the kick, but
at least force a couple plays.
Let it wind down. You mentioned the Iowa. This is their strategy sometimes at the end of halves. Just let it wind down. Well, kind of a bit of a surprise here. I know I expected a little tighter game, but so far Southeast Polk has scored on every offensive possession, but Iowa City West late here scores and makes it kind of interesting to see coming out of the halftime. We'll take a break. We'll come back and kind of run down the first half scoring after this on CISN.TV.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
DeArmond CDJR Knoxville with these outstanding offers. New Grand Cherokee 4xe Trailhawk with up to $13,000 off. New Dodge Hornet RT also up to $13,000 off. New Jeep Gladiator Sports receive 14% off MSRP. And new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorns with over $10,000 off. And we want your trade. Receive $300 to $500 more or we will buy it from you. Incredible savings at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
We're at halftime here in this second round playoff matchup. Southeast Polk scored the first 4 times they got the ball and took the 28-0 lead. Iowa City West came back, got on the board late here in the first half and went for 2 after a penalty on Southeast Polk. And that's the way we stand. Right now, the scoring opened up. It was a short kickoff, run back, and Southeast Polk took over at the 36. They take it in, 8:39. It was a run by Vanderwerf from 7 yards out. The PAT was good. Then with 4:23 to play, Thompson a 22-yard run, and it was 14-0. Southeast Polk then stopped Iowa City West on downs and then marched it down. A 30-yard run by Thompson, and it was 21-0. They stopped Iowa City West again on downs. That happened 10:37 to go in the second. Then also in the second, 5:07 to go, they stopped them on downs again, and Holden Hansen snuck it in from yard and a half, a yard out, 2 yards, somewhere around that, and it was 28-0. Iowa City West finally got something going with a little bit of running by Jack Wallace and some passing, and they end up then getting it in on a Mason Woods 5-yard pass from Wallace. The 2-point conversion to Bop was good after the penalty that moved it down to the 1. They pulled the kicker off, came out, and it's 28-8. So, John Schaefer, I know we've been talking, hey, we expected this to be tight throughout, but credit Southeast Polk. They come out right away, and they've made the most of their offensive opportunities.
Yeah, they punched Iowa City West right in the mouth out of the gates, and I think, sometimes you make that trip over, right? It's a 2-hour drive out here, or an hour 45 for Iowa City West, and sometimes you still have a little bit of trouble getting the bus legs out of you, and it takes a little bit to liven up. We saw some drops early on from that West team. But now that I think they've established their offense, Southeast Polk has to respect both aspects of that run and pass game. And so I think we're going to see a different game here in the second half. The big key, though, is if the Trojans can, in fact, stop Southeast Polk. They haven't been able to do it so far.
Yeah. And another factor, all of these kids on this team have been to the state championship game every year. They've been on varsity. They lost when it was still 4A. Then they've won all 3 of the 5A titles. So they've all been there, and you could say, well, they lost. But that's built in. They know
Yeah.
this time of year, and so we'll see what happens. Like you say, can Iowa City West stop them?
Yeah, and Southeast Polk, you've got to remember, didn't have the easiest track to these state titles last couple of years. They had the goods, certainly, but last year they were
Yeah, they were down to the final seconds here where Cedar Falls had a chance to steal it from them late. They made a comeback on them, but that was the closest I think they had in the playoffs in that one. Then they went on to win. So
yeah,
we will see what Iowa City West, they'll get the ball coming out of halftime. And it's always interesting when you get to this point in the season how these teams, some step up, and you get tight games. And then we've seen many a time where a team will get ahead and the other will come back on them in this because, hey, your season's over. You might as well
go make something out of it, right?
Put it out there and see what happens.
Yeah.
We are at halftime. Let's take another break here. We'll do that and come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Life's buzzing with energy. From the delightfully routine, to the novel and exciting, to the truly uncharted. With all that life brings, it's easy to lose track of what powers all those moments, our health. At Mercy One, our caring doctors focus on just that, powering health, from the everyday to the extraordinary. So you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
October savings at DeArmond Chevy GMC Knoxville. New Silverado 1500 custom 4x4s with up to $8,000 off. New HDs with 5.9% for 84 months. 5 all-new 2025 Chevy Equinox in stock. Receive up to $8,000 off Sierra 1500 SLTs and $3,000 off new GMC Terrain. And we want your trade. Receive $300 to $500 more or we'll buy it from you. All at DeArmond Chevy GMC in Knoxville, Iowa.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you have an old inefficient wood fireplace, we need to talk. Heat and Glow has some great retrofit inserts to convert that old drafty wood burner into a high efficient gas fireplace. A Heat and Glow gas insert will give you high efficiency, it will give you ease of operations, and it will give you enough warmth to take the edge off a cold winter's night. For the best in gas inserts, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
DeYarman CDJR Knoxville with these outstanding offers. New Grand Cherokee 4xe Trailhawk with up to $13,000 off. New Dodge Hornet RT also up to $13,000 off. New Jeep Gladiator Sports receive 14% off MSRP. And new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorns with over $10,000 off. And we want your trade. Receive $300 to $500 more or we will buy it from you. Incredible savings at DeYarman Automotive Knoxville.
Here at halftime, Southeast Polk over Iowa City West 28-0. Dart Daniel, St. John Schaefer. Let's look a halftime look at some of the other scores going on here, John.
Yeah, at half, 14-13, Valley Tigers still leading the Johnston Dragons out at Valley Stadium. 3-0 football game at half between Centennial and Dowling. That game at Mediacom Stadium in Des Moines. And then at last check, it was 14-7 Liberty against Ankeny. That game being played out in Iowa City. Of course, the Eastern schools don't want to be left out of the Final Four to make it to the Unidome. And so I think Iowa City West, we're going to see their best here as they trail right now 28-8. And those are your 5A scores.
Right. We'll get the ball to start the second half. We'll see if they can mount a comeback. Looked pretty good on that last drive as they got down and scored and then got the 2-point conversion. We'll take our final break here at halftime. Then we'll come back and should be ready for the second half here on CISN.TV.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
DeArmond CDJR Knoxville with these outstanding offers. New Grand Cherokee 4xe Trailhawk with up to $13,000 off. New Dodge Hornet RT also up to $13,000 off. New Jeep Gladiator Sports receive 14% off MSRP. And new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorns with over $10,000 off. And we want your trade. Receive $300 to $500 more or we will buy it from you. Incredible savings at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade. With the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Well, both teams out of the locker room now, getting ready for the start of the second half. The first half, Southeast Polk scored on every drive, a 7-yard run, a 22-yard run, a 30-yard run, and then a 1.5-yard sneak by Holden Hansen, and then it was a 5-yard pass to Mason Wood. And the 2-point conversion to Bop, and it's 28-8 here as Iowa City West showed a little bit of fight coming back. And what is the talk in the half? Let's go both locker rooms quick before we start here, John.
I think if you're Southeast Polk and Brad Zelenovich, you just say, guys, that was a great first half. Just keep the pedal down. We cannot sit back against this team because the second you do and you rest on this lead, they're going to jump right back in it. On the other side of the field, it's guys, a lot didn't go right for us offensively in the first quarter. We woke up, though, late. Let's keep that momentum going, keep pushing, keep fighting. Don't believe this game is over. Because, again, there is no tomorrow if you lose this game, so leave it all out there.
You turn in the pads and helmets after this one if you lose. So,
and as a senior, there's no worse feeling out there.
Yeah, it is. It's the worst in the world because you think, man, I'm going to play. That senior season is going to go on forever.
Yep.
Back deep, Ethan Headings for Iowa City West. And Sam Arafa will kick it off for Southeast Polk. 24 minutes to the Dome right now in the semifinals. Southeast Polk very familiar with that path. Iowa City West trying to knock them off. This is a good, high, deep kick. Taking it to 2. Up to the 10. And hit at the 15, and he's going to go down there. And
first one to get there was really just nice job all around by that kick team. Carter Phillips is the one making first contact there.
Gunner coming down, yep.
Sorry, you said it for me there, the gunner.
Yeah.
Sometimes you blank
I
on
know.
it.
Yeah, it's like, you know the word, but
doesn't want to come off the tip of the tongue. So Iowa City West starts at their own 15.
Jack Wallace out. Sends a man in motion. Goes back and goes back across, and that's read beautifully over there by Kane Brockman, the D end, and he pulls the receiver down.
Joel Thompson was the one that forced Wallace to kind of have to loft that one extra high there, and that allows his fellow defensive players to get over there and make the tackle.
West goes quickly here, back up. Now they wing it out and looking for some running room, but quickly converging on Julian Mason are the Rams. He does get it up to the 20, or no, shy of the 20, so they're going to say up to the 19. So pick up a 4, brings up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and this is a big moment here for this Iowa City West team. You get the ball to start the half, and you want to get an offensive drive sustained.
Wallace looks to the sideline. Taking a long time. Play clock at 8, 7, 5, 3. We snap it with 1 second to go. Pressure. Wallace will break it up, cut it up. Looking for the first down marker. He's going to get there. And got out of bounds, too.
Wallace does a really good job of not hanging on to his downfield looks. He gets through his progression really quick and then says, you know what, I'm just going to take it and go, and he converts on another first down.
And that's the thing, when you spread it out and those defensive backs start following the receivers, they aren't looking back sometimes. 1st and 10 at the 28. They wing it outside quick this time again. Caught. Pulled down out there. Trying to pick up the number. Number 1, is that Headings?
Yes, Ethan Headings there on the reception out wide. And that's a good start to this new set of downs. Picks up 8 on the wide receiver quick hitter.
Yeah, they're trying to hit those passes in the flat. Now, pull everybody in a little tighter. Julian Mason comes in tight on the right side. Trips to the left. Vitale, now they send him in motion. They throw across the middle. Oh, he had him and overthrew him there. That was probably 6 if he could hit the receiver.
Yeah, the receiver tries to shallow out that route a little bit and kind of leads himself into where the safety's at. I actually thought that's a nice pass from Wallace because he doesn't put his wide receiver in harm's way.
But
it was
the
just
receiver
high.
Cut it off a little bit. You're right.
Yep.
So brings up 3rd down and 2, and they go take the long shot with the 2 yards to go here. Now they flip it inside, kind of that inside and knocked back. Great play by the defense to drive him back. Was that Winger?
That was 25.
Or was 25?
No, 26. Kale Wingett. Yep, you called it.
The strong safety comes up and makes a beautiful play. Look at that. Knocks him back, and now
it's going to force a punt.
Force the punt to come out. Braden Lewis was back deep to receive. Good snap. High kick. Lewis comes over, is going to let it bounce. Kind of hung in there. Catches at the 30. So Southeast Polk will take over.
And some quick score updates for you, Dar, as we keep an eye on the rest of the CIML. Johnston leading Valley in the 3rd quarter, 20-14. And Dowling has struck, but Centennial answers right back. 10-7 football game there at Mediacom. Keeping an eye on all of those games. Ankeny's a little bit harder because they're out at Iowa City Liberty. That game still at 14-7 from my last check there.
Holden Hanson brings him out for the first time here in the 2nd half. Fakes the handoff, rolls out, throws it out. Did he get 2 feet down? He got 1 down, and he did. Caden Hills
I think he got 2 down on a dart. That's a nice little play along the sidelines, and he makes the NFL grab. High points it, another look at it. Nice job by Hansen.
You only need 1 in high school, but I think you're right. He did get the 2 down there.
Nice route.
Yeah, you're right. Came down on both of them. 1st and 10 at the 45. Pick up a 15 on the pass. Now they drop back and look. This is a big play for the defense of Iowa City West. They have not stopped Southeast Polk on a single drive.
The only one they did was when they ran out of time at half.
Yeah, at the half, and they weren't really snapping it. So
a couple of yards.
Yeah, a couple up there. Look to the sideline for the play. Everybody comes up. Now they look over again. Got Butler and Hills to the left side here.
No need to rush if you're Southeast Polk.
Yeah, no, you can.
Either.
Yeah, you can wind the clock down as much as you want. Hand off and plowing ahead, still going. And Vanderwerf picks up a few.
Just getting word that the Centennial answer back for Dowling was a 77-yard touchdown run by Jackson. Kid's a stud. This game here needs a little bit more of that life, I'd say. But Southeast Polk, you're happy to just keep winding that play clock and game clock down. We approach 7:20 in the third quarter.
3rd and 4, they're in Iowa City West territory at the 49. Send Hills across the formation, fakes it, and he's going to keep it. The quarterback puts his head down, plows across the line to gain, and he'll pick up an extra yard or 2. And Holden Hansen gets the first down.
Not every day you see a quarterback decide to lower the shoulder on a quarterback keeper, but he does just that and lays a little bit of punishment on the hit stick.
Now they bring the tight end back in, Joey Lauders. He'll line up in the backfield there. And they move Hills back over to the left. Or no, that's Drew Thompson. That wasn't the tight end. Thompson breaks the tackle, cuts back inside. 30, 25. Now is finally they get 3 guys on him and pull him down. He scored earlier on a big run, and now, man, what a good secondary back to go to after Vanderwerf.
It's a 1-2 punch for the Southeast Polk team. Vanderwerf's the speed and Thompson's the power. Shows the stiff arm ability and then a little shiftiness to go with it. Keep in mind, he's the one that broke through a rugby scrum basically for an early touchdown. He's a tough kid and tough to bring down.
1st and 10 at the 20 for Southeast Polk. Here's Hansen. Hands it off again. Into the pile goes Thompson.
Takes more than an arm tackle to bring him down, doesn't it?
Rush for 361 yards coming in. Now we're in the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone here.
Had a few of those trips earlier this game. Red zone's been active for Southeast Polk.
2nd and 5 at the 15. Just picking up big chunks of yardage here are the Rams. Hand off again. Hand off again. Had to look for a minute to see if Hansen kept it, but he did hand it off and got just maybe a yard.
Yeah, just a couple here. I think if you're Southeast Polk, this is one of those, this is 4-down territory for you still. You're up 3 scores. So why not just keep trying to push that pedal, especially the way your defense has proven to be able to stop them.
And they've wound it already down under 5 minutes here. And you'd have Iowa City West back deep. They've only had 1 sustained drive on the night. Now they look over. Thompson's been in the backfield on this drive. Still in there with Holden Hansen. Wings it out, caught. And out of bounds That is Caden Hills.
Yeah, nice
quick out.
I like that quick out, as you just called there. Hills has the speed and picks up more than the marker there, and new set it down inside the 10.
A little bit of that, what do we call it? Because you're thinking he's going to hand it off, keep your eyes in there, and then you go the quick out.
That good old-fashioned eye discipline, dog.
Yeah, there you go. I couldn't think of the discipline.
Hey, we've been struggling at
Both
times.
of I were getting
Gunners.
late in the season. Yeah. First and goal at the 6. Handoff. Touchdown. Walks in untouched. Thompson with his 3rd touchdown of the night.
5 for 5 on drives tonight as well, offensively outside of the one to end the half. And Southeast Polk has their offense just rolling down
there's
the
a handoff
railroad.
And the big guys up front just pushing the holes.
You know, that's one thing Brad Zelenovich, I think, has done a great job over this championship run that they've been on the last handful of years. The offensive line has been what's really carried them through some of these tough games or tough matchups, and another example of that there.
Well, we'll take a break. Come back with the kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Back deep to receive for Iowa City West is Julian Manson. They take the kickoff from Arafa. And puts a big boot to it here, and they're just dropping all right around the 2-yard line. Finds a little seam, but then is quickly. They've been really good on coverage tonight, haven't they?
And that's one of those margins, I think, as any coach will tell you, that you want to win the ball game in, because if you're winning on those special teams, creating longer fields for the opposing offense to operate on, makes it a really long night, as we've seen for Iowa City West in particular. Now down once again, 27 points. They've got a lot of ground to make up.
You were talking about the big lineman, and that's become Southeast Polk. You know, they saw that's the mold from Dowling, that's a mold from Valley.
Yep.
You get the big lineman, you don't have them playing both ways, and you grind the other team down. And that's what's been happening. Jack Wallace looking for something to happen here. Rolls and is hit behind the line of scrimmage by number 3, Kane Brockman.
Brockman just shedding his blocker, and
there's a late flag.
Wallace. And this might be a penalty on Southeast Polk for some extracurriculars.
Taunting or something, yeah.
And that's one of those.
After the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah.
Defense, number 3. The 15-yard penalty results in a first down. That is number 3's first unsportsmanlike towards disqualification.
Brad Zelenovich meets Brockman at the sidelines as he comes off and lets him know, you made a great play, son. You can't do the extra stuff there.
Yeah.
You set him back. Instead, you give him a new set of downs, and they're all the way out to the 35 now.
Yeah, it's kind of the old act like you've been there before and don't celebrate. Let's just win the game.
Yep.
You know, but 1st and 10 now at the 35. New life for Iowa City West. Would have been, a second, about 15.
Yeah, it was a great play by Brockman.
Dropping back, throwing across. Oh, and just out of the hands. Good coverage. In and out.
Triple coverage there by Southeast Polk, and Wallace puts it where only his guy can get it, and that's one you'd expect Brown to come down with. Or I'm sorry, Woods to come down with. He had his hands on it, just fell out of him.
Well, and he came down hard, too.
He did.
You know,
took a hit on it for sure.
So Iowa City West up to the line quickly again. Goes to doubles to each side. Now send a man in motion. And pressure, throws across the middle, and did he get it? He did. That is Headings.
That's going to be 18
or 18,
for them.
no, that's a Bob.
Yep. Chase Bopp's hasn't seen a ton of action, but the two passes he has had go his way, he's caught both of them. I'd keep feeding him.
And the one was for the 2-point conversion, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Rolling right, looking, wanted to throw it late, but nobody there, and then they push him out.
Just a gain of a couple there. And back to the pass, I thought it was a great throw by Wallace. Nice shot by Bopp to go down and get it, protect that ball, and kind of just scoop it up for the big gain. And Iowa City West getting right back into their flow offensively.
Jack Wallace looks to the sideline. They have a set of pictures over there. Each one means something.
You know, the signals nowadays, they still don't have the headsets in for quarterbacks at this level.
Drops back. Cross the middle. Has a man. Caught.
It's Woods again.
And Woods, yep.
That was a great pass. I mean, Wallace, you can see why he's a D2 commit for Minnesota State.
And watch Woods. He gets the defender behind him and shields it. As he comes through there, yep.
Finds some soft coverage and quick out pass here to the edge.
Caught, and they didn't.
That one was Headings, I think, on the reception.
No, that's number 3.
Oh,
Manson.
sorry.
Yep.
Between 1 and 3, I'm not sure who they're going to be going to on the edges.
Clock running, but West down again. Trips left, 2 receivers right for Wallace. He's also a threat to run back there. Throws it, has a man cut underneath, and trying to spin away. Gets stopped at the 6 or 7. It'll be a first down. And that was Henry Iser on the catch.
And that was a timing route there. That ball left Wallace's hand before Iser even had his eyes around. Nice play.
Yeah, the 2 guys go deep, and he cut back in. Now Wallace could have taken himself up the middle. Looked like he had a head of steam, but that front line pulls him down for no gain.
Yeah, not really going anywhere on that play. Again, their offensive line has had a hard time creating space there, going straight ahead. It's been those little jet sweeps that have been the most friendly to this Iowa City West team.
2nd and 7 here. At the 7, throws in. A lot of traffic. Here comes a late flag flying in from the back judge.
I think they're going to talk about it really quick, but sure looks like pass interference, but
that would put it at half the distance.
It's a tough one. I mean, it was at the goal line.
And there was a lot of bodies jumbled up.
Flag came in late, too, so that drew some ire from the fans. One more look at it. You'll see him just kind of get met here across the middle. Yeah, he definitely impedes.
Yeah, he did. He came
route.
up, and I don't know that he intended to, but he came up and got right in the way. Handle off. Butali, is he there? No, he's just short. Looks like.
Half-yard line.
Yep. Looked like this official was ready to, and then the other one put his arm up, one arm up, and said no. They're going to come up to the line quickly.
Out of the shotgun again from a half-yard out.
And Butali stuffed. He'll lose a little bit of yardage.
Why rush that play there?
Yeah.
Just get him under center. He's a strong young man. He can do it. Just let him punch it in on his
Now we're at 4th down here.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like the hurry-up call out of a shotgun there. Again, this is the 2nd time now they've operated out of shotgun on half a yard to go.
Big play here for West. They need all the points they can get. Play clock down to 14. I looked up for a minute, saw the marker over there, thought it said 4 seconds. Here we go. Vitale gets it. He stopped. What a stand by the Rams. Hope.
That was Ward Taylor. Keon Ward Taylor is the one that finds him back there, just meets him, stacks him up, and they are good to go. That's a huge, huge play for Southeast Polk to just shut down any hope for Iowa City West to come back in this game now.
That is the third fourth down they've stopped him on in this ball game.
And it goes back to that 3.5 yard. You operate out of shotgun and try and make your running back, who hasn't had a good push from his offensive line most of the evening, and he gets met for a 2-yard loss, and that's what happens.
Backed up. Hansen will be in his end zone, hands it off. And right up through the middle goes Vanderwerf, gets some big yardage to get him out of there, get him some room to work.
I think you're just going to keep seeing Southeast Polk do this, right?
We're going under a minute to play here in the third quarter.
Haven't been shown to be able to be stopped on the ground today, so why not just keep feeding it?
Send one receiver out wide right. They stop, look back over. They do have to snap it because there's a differential between the game and play clock, about 13 seconds. Hand it off. Plows in there, going to get close to where he needed to get. He needed to get up to the 14. And I think they're going to mark it. I think he might be there. You're right. Yep, first down, Southeast Polk.
Going to stop the clock momentarily, but I think Southeast Polk will just ride it to the end of the quarter.
Yeah, that's going to be the last play. They restart it. Well, after 3, Southeast Polk on top, looking to make another trip to the Beauty Dome. Iowa City West has some work to do to stop that. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this on CISN.TV.
If you grill it, he will come.
Hey.
Is this heaven?
Nope. It's fairway.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V-Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Back here at Southeast Polk, the Rams held on fourth down and goal and got the ball back. And this is the biggest spread in these playoff games that we're doing right now, isn't it?
Yeah, from what I've seen, I haven't gotten an updated score from Iowa City Liberty versus Ankeny. That was last 14-7 at half. But Valley leading Johnston 21-20 as we get a nice little run off the right side there.
It's still going, but picking up yardage and just winding the clock down. Landon Vanderwerf.
So Tigers up 21-20 against Johnston, and they're approaching the end of the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, Centennial about to punch it in against the Dowling Catholic Maroons. They get stacked up on the goal line. 14-10 Maroons lead the Jags. 8:50 and under that now in the fourth quarter. So a couple good games over there. We ask you to stay here and watch this one, though.
Fake to Vanderwerf, throws it out, and hits Caden Hills for the first down.
I'm asking that selfishly, Dar, just because I like to know that someone's tuning in tonight.
Well, you got to think Iowa City fans, if they're watching us, West fans, they're, the ones that didn't make it over here. It's the last game for some of these seniors. If they don't pull a miraculous comeback here, and we appreciate them watching. We appreciate the Southeast Polk fans who aren't here. There's a lot of them here tonight.
Again, a beautiful night here for.
Thank everybody for watching all season long. Hard to believe we're at the final game we're going to be doing here. There's a handoff right side, plows up. And right now, just Southeast Southeast Polk is just going to keep pounding it ahead.
You said it, though, Dar. Where did time go? It feels like we were just kicking off week one.
And we started week one. That was the Sioux City East running clock game, was it, or was it?
That was like week 3, but still, it was week 3. But still, that was feels like it was just yesterday.
Yeah, a while back. And it's been probably one of the better weather seasons we've had here in a long time.
I don't think we've had a rain game that I've called yet.
I had one over those Thursday night games. We had a few rain ones, but and Vanderwerf running hard. I think he got the first down.
Stays up on his feet with it.
Yeah, nice Thursday night, but Friday night we've been pretty good with the weather, warmer and
very, very fortunate.
And of course, September was the driest September on record, so there wasn't a lot of rain games there.
And just a quick check in third quarter, Ankeny trailing 14-7, but they do take the ball back out of that. We'll see how that one finishes it out as the CIML looks to dominate the Final Four in the semifinals at the Unidome next week.
And off Thompson in there now. He's had a great night. Plows up ahead, and now here's that scrum again, and he keeps rolling. He scored on one early, where he got in the middle and everybody just kept pushing forward. This time he picks up about 9 yards on that.
And I think this is what can scare some teams about Southeast Polk as they face off with them in the semifinals. If they get the ground game going, they're a tough team to crack, and it's a tough offensive line to beat in the trenches.
You know, and who'd have thought with Zelenovich on crutches and not playing here, and they come out, just shows the depth and you don't win 3 titles in a row without depth and building a program.
I feel like Holden Hansen's played a really good game today as we see another dart.
Yeah, that was scary for a second there, but Brian Butler catches it. Looked like the defender might appear closer than what it was, but
Brian Butler for the Rams. That is another Southeast Polk.
With a first down into Iowa City West territory and just burning the clock up here.
Under 10 minutes to play.
Now they took over with a minute to go in the third on the goal line stop. Now a handoff, and Thompson back up the middle.
This will be the last week of outdoor football we have, though, which is kind of crazy, too, as we've talked about the Unidome is the next stop.
And they just announced the Regents approved they're going to widen the seats over there and do a little work inside on the dome. They've been working outside, put a new top on it.
Can't wait for that. Well, we teased it quickly. Centennial got it down to the half-yard line. Dowling makes a 4-down stand.
Wow.
On first and goal at the half-yard line to keep it a 14-10 game.
Thompson breaks free outside 35, 30, spun around, still going, and out at the 25-yard line.
Another big run for Thompson. Sorry not to try to distract you from what we've got going on here as Southeast Polk is just owning the ground game today. Massive hole off the right side. Bounces it out to the 30, down to the 25, and Southeast Polk going to try and keep it perfect on the night for a touchdown per drive.
And every time they've stopped him 2 other times on 4th down and scored. And, well, as you said, they scored on every drive they get the ball. And right now, this would be a 97-yard drive if they culminate in a score here. Running the play clock all the way down to 5. Handoff Thompson. And this time they stack him up after just a couple. And
Johnston just punched one in.
Scored.
On an 80-yard touchdown, it looked like. So they're within 2 of the Valley Tigers.
Do they go for 2 now, or they go for 1? Let's see.
Yeah,
was that just a? Oh, that
was an 80-yard touchdown run for Johnston. Sorry, we are going to update you on some of these scores as Southeast Polk is in complete command against Iowa City West here.
Thompson again, right side, spins around, and man, he's having a night where you just want to get back. Let's get out of the huddle. Give me the ball again,
It takes about 4 tacklers minimum to bring him down. He's just been running hard at run after run.
And again, coming in, I didn't think there'd be anything like this where Southeast Polk would dominate, but
Johnston gets the 2-point conversion. They're tied up at 28-28. That game also on CISN. Again, not encouraging you to depart our broadcast, but That game is a good one over there, as is Centennial Dowling. Just a 4-point spread there.
Thompson, this time he's pulled down. And I don't know if the slide ahead got him enough yardage. I think he's just short of the first down.
Yard short, and I think this is one of those Southeast Polk will just go for it because they're not trying to rub it in by any means.
No,
it's one of those. You don't want to kick the field goal here. Just keep the clock winding.
Can't punt it, and if they do give it up, you're giving up to Iowa City West deep in their own territory.
Right. Exactly.
Hansen will come up under center. And he'll take it himself, slide over the left side and right through. That's a sneak work to perfection, isn't it? You wait, you follow your guard right through the hole.
And I think it's a play if you're on the Iowa City West sideline you're wishing you had in your arsenal because it could have been used a couple of times. But Southeast Polk is just, I think they've been very precise. I think their offensive line has shown their dominance. And again, we've talked about it a lot. I know Dar and I were probably beating a dead horse to an extent, but offensive line is what wins you games this time of year, and it's been something the CIML has made a staple of across the board.
Vanderwerf back in. He says, hey, give me the ball here for some yardage, and he spins backwards, and he's dropped at about the 10. And just taking half the quarter off the clock. They started with a minute to go in the third, so a 7-minute drive right now.
We didn't even need it to get to a running clock tonight, it appears.
No.
Approaching.
Keep it running themselves.
Hopefully everyone's recovered from the fallback on the clocks last weekend. I know I'm hitting my wall at times.
Yeah, it took me a while there, and right up through.
Just needs another yard or two for the new set of downs with goal to go.
Thompson will come back in, looks like. And
3rd and 1 on the 6. Still 10 on the play clock there.
Yeah, they look back. Sneaking suspicion, they'll hand it to Thompson. They do. He dives through the middle, pushes. Touchdown, number 4 for Thompson.
Thompson earning himself player of the week, I'd say, in my book at least. He's been nothing but sensational and tough to bring down. 4 touchdowns in a quarterfinal game. That's no knock on anyone. He's just a hardcore runner. He owes dinner to his offensive line tonight, I'd say.
Yeah, pushes right through from 6 yards out. So 22, 30, 9 and 6 his scores tonight. Extra point is good. 42-8. Southeast Polk will be back with the kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Save big at DeArmond CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeArmond CDJR Ames. DeArmondAmes.com.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
Back at Southeast Polk, the Rams up 42-8. Well, we said, you lost a lot of guys.
Yeah.
The chance of getting back and winning another title. Well, with these guys, like I said, they've been there. So right now, 446 away from going to the Unidome again.
Yeah, a dangerous team's a team that has winning traditions, and Southeast Polk certainly has that this coming into the season. Regardless of how the regular season went, you knew they were going to be a threat once they got to this point.
taken at the 7 all the way up to about the 20-yard line where Iowa City West will take over.
Another score update. Valley answers right back on Johnston with a kickoff return for a touchdown, 35-28, 11:48 to play in that game. And then Dowling versus Centennial, still 14-10. Centennial's inside the 20.
Man, when you're playing to get to the Dome, a lot of things happen. Both teams making big plays.
Some great games around Central Iowa, and Wallace goes with a quick out.
Yep, wings it out there, but the defense right there.
Southeast Polk is going to scare a lot of teams, whoever they match up with at the Dome next week, as they kind of repod everything or reassign matchups.
Clock rolling, loss of 4, 2nd and 14. And handoff, throwback, down the field, almost picked off there.
A little flea flicker action, and you know, Iowa City West just breaking out everything in the playbook now.
You know, and it's a good Iowa City West team. That's what's kind of surprised me so much here.
I don't think this score is indicative of the West team that was around this season. I think Southeast Polk met them on the Rams' best night of the season, arguably.
I mean, they just kept getting better West, and now Southeast Polk put together a great game here. And scrambling around, now back, throws back across, caught out there by Mason Woods.
It's a nice catch by Woods, nice job by Wallace to buy himself some time in the pocket. It's a first down. Again, maybe a little too late, but West isn't going to go stop fighting quietly into the night.
Handoff. Tally.
Tackled by number 99, Emmett Barnold.
Yeah. Rolling right, throws across, got a man for the first down.
Catch number 18, that's Bop again.
Yep, Chase Bop.
He's had a good night. I think he's probably been the most sure-handed receiver tonight for Wallace.
Yeah, a couple early drops kind of hurt him a little bit. Wallace straight back. Pressure up the middle, throws it down, and a late defender coming in, nearly picked it off, knocks it down.
Braden Lewis in coverage there, breaks it up, almost hauled it in, as you said, Dar. And again, the secondary has been really disciplined tonight for Southeast Polk. They haven't given up like the big wide receiver pass.
No, they had to go to those quick and then try to get the receiver in space there. And
yeah.
Handoff. Batali had 789 yards, 6 touchdowns coming in. They've been able to corral him pretty good tonight, too.
One more quick update. Dowling is going to hold on against Centennial and get out of there with a win, 14-10 most likely. We just have one more yard to get to ice it away.
Right up the middle, it'll be a first down for West.
You can hear the chants here in the stands as well from the Southeast Polk student section.
Wallace back, throws left and beyond the receiver, Mason Woods, intended receiver. A good coverage once again back there. I think that was Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis does a nice job, and really, again, they just have not been beat deep tonight. And that's a credit to just the discipline of the secondary for this Southeast Polk team. And really, they have taken away the long game or the deep passing game for Iowa City West. Big run up the middle, though.
Yeah. Plows through there and gets the first down. And tally.
2 minutes left here in this game.
And off to Vitale again. He's running hard, spins around, gets down for another first down to stop the clock at 1:55 to go.
Vitale, his senior season as well, if I do stand corrected there, doesn't want to end it on a bad note.
There's a handoff, and this time they stack him up in the middle. Oh, ball, no, is he free?
Whistle never blew on it.
He was out of there.
It's a great run by Vitale. And another touchdown for him on the season.
It looked like they were throwing him down, and then just, you got to think his momentum stopped there, but I guess not.
No whistle blew on it. He spins out of it, and that's an interesting call, but again, doesn't mean a ton here. 42-14, and the PAT on the way.
And
flags once again.
Yeah, good, but flags down.
Encroachment, defense, 99.
See if they
decline. One touchdown.
They declined the penalty. He made the kick, but they must have blown it dead. And
line up for it here. Try and make it 42-15.
And the kick is good, and it is 42-15, 1:39 to play. Keep it right here. Want to thank everybody for watching throughout the entire season here tonight. It's been throughout this entire season and tonight, but it's been a great season. We appreciate you all watching the games.
Our entire crew at every game we've done this year certainly appreciates it, Dar. I know that.
And be watching our website, social media to see what we're going to do as we head into basketball. 1:39 to play. You wouldn't think they'd onside kick it.
At this point, no. I think they'll just accept what this game is, and we'll see what happens.
Well, how about Southeast Polk? Again, people saying you had Zelenovich, but, you had new quarterback. You had, lost a lot of guys.
Yeah.
And, you can see the impact the guys have made losing over these 3 years after their championships. They've made impacts already in college and things, and but just build it back up. Iowa City West, Wallace a senior, Batali a senior. They'll have to do some rebuilding there. A lot of juniors too on the squad.
I think this is a Southeast Polk program now that expects to reload every season.
I remember talking with Coach Zelenovich after they finished runner-up. And he said, "Well, we want to get it to where we're in the mix every year," and you're right, they've done that now. And there's a little squibber, and they'll just go down on it.
A little tense there.
Vanderwerp with the flop.
And an update out of Iowa City Liberty, 21-7. Liberty ahead of Ankeny late in the fourth quarter. I think 21-7 might be the final, as Liberty got a late interception and took it. So it'll be Liberty will be the lone Eastern Iowa team.
Yeah.
Again, Dowling final over 14-10 over Centennial. Ankeny falls. Valley and Johnston still going on CISN. Head over to that one as we finish up here with a minute 30 left.
Austin Mart in at quarterback. In at running back was Stanley Cooper, as they put in some younger players now to wind this one out. Hand off to Cooper again. He jukes outside, cuts it up, and they're I'm going to say, hey, stay in bounds. But
yeah,
you get a chance and want to make the most of it.
So how do you think they match up here in the semifinals? Assuming Valley does hold on to beat Johnston, could be Valley, Southeast Polk, Dowling, and Iowa City Liberty.
Now you're asking me to remember back how they played it.
Well, I'm just who do you think matches up with who there? I think Liberty probably plays Southeast Polk, and then Dowling would play Valley.
Yeah, unless it's Johnson that comes out. That's
still going, so you have a point there. But last check, Valley was rolling pretty well.
Southeast Polk has. Trying to think of the records and how that would.
6-4 for Southeast Polk, 9-1 for Iowa City Liberty, and then
right up the middle again.
Dowling, I believe, was 9-1 as well.
Stanley Cooper. That'll be the last play here.
Did you hear the applause from the stands?
Yeah. Southeast Polk fans planning a trip to Cedar Falls.
That's a statement win from the Rams in the quarterfinals here. That's a warning sent out to the rest of the 5A field saying, we're back, we're ready to roll.
Not going down quietly. You got to take the trophy away from us.
Come take that 5A title away from us now. And
so we want to take a final break, come back and wrap it up.
Let's do
that here on CISN.TV.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Back here at Southeast Polk, we'll have a trophy presentation for Iowa City West.
Certainly a tip of the cap to the City West team, making it this far. Obviously pulled off the upset last week. It was a statement upset at that. So yeah, it's been a great season for Iowa City West to get this far, and obviously Southeast Polk keeps their season going. Just something about these Rams right now in the postseason. They're a tough team to take down.
First off, we'd like to congratulate the Southeast Polk Rams as they're going to advance the semifinal round of the IHSAA playoffs next Friday. Now we'd like to honor Iowa City West for an outstanding season. The medals and trophies you're receiving are in recognition of a great season. Congratulations, Coach Hartwig, on making it to the playoffs.
Puts a bow on it there as Coach Hartwig takes the trophy, postseason participation.
Let's hear it one more time for yours.
Doesn't make the bus ride any better, I can guarantee that.
But a lot of good things to talk about, and you go deep into the playoffs. You know, it's something for the younger players to say, hey, off season, let's work at it, let's get back here. And again, a great job out of Randy and Pete tonight. Our crew, and a pleasure again working with you. And,
always, Dar.
That's going to wrap up the football season for us here. And again, keep watching on the social media for CISN as we head into basketball season, and a lot of games ahead when we head indoors for the season. I'm Dar Danielson. That's going to wrap it up here from Southeast Polk. They win tonight 42-15 to advance to the semifinals.